And welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Shade Tree Alex. What do we got for you today? We got a 2013 Dodge Journey with the big boy 3.6 liter engine. And what's it doing? Well, long story short, I got a check engine light for a low pressure, oil pressure. And so I kind of already know what's going on here because I've done this a time or two. But judging by the oil stains in the driveway, and it's all nice and speckled through the whole area. Yeah, I'd say she's leaking. But what's going wrong here is the oil cooler is broken. Now the oil cooler on this is actually up top. This thing right here, the filter is, the oil filter goes, well, that's the oil cooler. Sits right up there nice and top. Seems nice and easy to get to, right? Unfortunately, to get at this cooler, this whole intake manifold has to come off. And a bunch of other little crap over here. Now, don't let it... I can also tell it's bad because I got a pool of oil down in there, and it's all leaking right from the side of the engine. And what happens is, you'll see what happens when I take this apart, is all the oil and the coolant actually will sit up and pull on top of the valley of the motor. So don't get too intimidated if you got to do this. It's actually not too hard of a job to be doing. It can be a little frightening at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. I can understand if you're not comfortable taking off the manifold. You've never done it before. But so I'm just gonna kind of go start into this. Like I said, I already have diagnosed this. You know, the oil cooler is bad. Let's get to it. Step one. Take off this manifold. Alright, so I'm going to start off taking this 10 millimeter. I'm going to start taking off the manifold. I probably should disconnect the battery, but I'm feeling anxious. So I'm just going to rip off this dipstick, which is showing 2.5 quarts of low oil. Take a 10 millimeter here, put that on. You got 2 bolts that hold it on the front here. As you see, they're not even on that tight. I've done this a time. It's actually a very common item to go in these 3.6s. It's because that oil cooler there is made out of plastic. It heats out and there's enough cycles in this engine to get going. Next thing you know, it's warping and cracking and gaskets are going out on you. I bought me a metal one, replacement metal one, aftermarket. Now I believe in the back, oh yeah, in the back there is another bolt in the back, but I've already taken that out and I never put it back in. Next step is you got these stars. They're also an 8 millimeter too around it. Last time I did it, I used the star bit. This time I'm going to use the 8 millimeter hex. There's 1, 2, 3. I believe there's 3 up here. I could be mistaken. It could be 4. 3, 2, and then down the bottom. Start off with the 3 up on the top. As you see again, that came out pretty easy. 2. And I'm just going to hit these. I'm not even going to take them out. And to get that one, I'm going to actually have to take off this, I believe. So do that, disconnect. Nice thing about having prior work and going in these vehicles, you can kind of put them back together the same way how you would intend to fix them. So you can get rid of some of that junk you don't need, those extra bolts. You see, I don't even clamp it too tight. That way it's nice and easy for me to get at this. If customers call, a little different, but own personal vehicles that you work on seems to be monthly, daily. Just want to put it back together. Hey, don't knock me. I know you know what I'm talking about. So, boom, there's that one right there. Now, disconnect this, if I can get it, one-handed. Nice. Look at that, her PCV wasn't even hooked up. I don't know if it fell off after. Yeah. Boom, we'll move that harness out of the way. And tube. This one to here. Disconnect. Ooh, it's gonna be rough. Well, I just dropped my drill. Hopefully I didn't kill my battery here. Oh, thank God. Jeez. Casualty. These things ain't cheap. Because that's going to be stubborn. If I have a screwdriver, use a screwdriver pry on this, pull it off. I get kind of lazy to go grab one. Just use what I got. As you see, that was the bolt I was telling you that was back there. And what else do we got here? That comes off, that comes off. It looks like I forgot one. Right there. There we go. One of those trays. So we got 3, 3. Looks like it. 3, 3, 2, and 1. 3, 3, 2, 1. All right, now there should be. There's another one. There's another one right there. I tell you, I felt the immediate pull when I tried lifting up. Something was holding that down, and I believe that's also the fuel rail. Okay. Getting pretty close here. This thing should start moving around. Oh, I didn't even need that one. Okay. Eventually, I know I'm going to use it, so. It's still stuck. What are we stuck on? What are we stuck on? I feel like there's a bolt still in here. Yeah, there's one hidden. One hidden under here. Kind of the thing with this, you're just gonna have to, when you're learning and doing different vehicles, you just kind of have to dig in, jump right in. And see, look, that's off. Wasn't too scary now, was it? Okay. Well, a mechanic would charge you $2,000 to do this. Maybe $1,500 if you're lucky. I don't know. We're going to be fixing it for $100. I still got one connected in the back. It's okay if you pull on them. You ain't going to hurt it. Again, probably should disconnect that battery. But hey. What's the problem, right? What's a little? So, I'll be quite honest with you. I could go through the trouble of pulling this off of these lines, but you're nice and sturdy on there. I'm going to be telling you the truth. This ain't going to hurt anything, just kind of hanging around at this point. You know, what am I going to do? Just move it out of the way? That's all I really want. They ain't going to go anywhere. They're stuck in the manifold. So down here, into the valley, got the lower part of the intake. So I tried taking it off as one. Thought I could. Apparently I couldn't. So, alright. Now, come back to that. Yeah, so at this point, either I'm going to have to take off that fuel rail and hang it up in the air, or I'm probably going to end up disconnecting that fuel line. At this point, I really don't feel comfortable. Like I said earlier, that I don't feel comfortable now. Changed my mind, and I'm going to disconnect the battery. Battery should have 2 of these nuts. One for the box. Whoop. Nice. Let's put my hand here. Oh. Damn it. Alright. Get rid of that. This might be a 14. I believe this is the starter. Whoa. Again. Down. Put my bolts up there. So we got a big fuse down there. Alright. So I'm kind of wedge that down in there so it don't flop up and ground out on me. Okay. Alright, moving on. Here I think I'm going to take off this. I believe these bolts that attach the fuel rail are also holding down this whole unit, so they gotta go. And it's a T30. Careful not to drop anything into these holes because they lead right to the mortar. Come on. Now see, that thing just popped right back, scared the crap out of me. I'm going to stick these up in the valley up here. It's nice and loose. I'm going to disconnect my injectors, I think. You know what? No, I don't know. Let's see where we'll go with this. Let's loosen these up now. Alright, so this one's going to be loosened. This one. Couple in the back. Alright, and of course, missed a couple. Yeah, I missed a couple in the back. Right there. Now that should do it. It should just start lifting up. Awesome. I don't think these bolts are going anywhere. Let's push that a little bit to the side. Down in the back. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I can just pull this and they'll come off. Disconnect the spark plugs. Giving myself more room to work here. You know what? I probably should take off the injectors. Well, leave that on and we'll have oil gas come out, but I don't know if I can hang it. I think actually last time I did hang it too. So, disconnect these on the back. You know, if you find yourself in this predicament, now's a good time to do your spark plugs, all of that, if you haven't done it already. And if I were going to get a bungee cord, I'm just going to hang this, I believe. That's what I did last time. So I'll be back. Alright, so I went ahead and grabbed me a bungee cord, and instead of disconnecting that line and spraying fuel all over the place, I'm just going to lift this baby right up. she'll let me. And we're going to hang it. I might have to go back a little bit more again. What treasures does she hold? Ooh. So, right here, you guys watch and hang this up real quick. Okay. So, we got it hanging, suspend it up, just like that. Got a manifold over there. Nothing's really disturbed. As you see down in here, down in the valley, tons of oil. I can't get my finger down there. It's filled up to the top though. It's until right about there, full of oil. I also got to take care not to have anything go down my valves. Wipe that up. Right here's the unit, the old one. And here's the sensor on it. I'm just going to disconnect the sensor. There's two of them. I'll pull up and push in. Of course, this one's the hard one. Last time I installed this unit, I forgot to put the sensor in. Yeah, that's probably good enough. And when I start raising this and taking it off, it'll probably slip right out. So here I got some special. Here I got some kind of special sockets. And got them right here. It's an E socket. And the first one on here, I think it is, probably an E10. E10's a little loose. Maybe an E8. E8, it's definitely an E8. So alright, that'll be. Stick her in. I'm gonna loosen these four. And I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, yes. We're going to give her a good wiggle. Oh, I missed one. One in the back. Looks like 5. Oh, hear all that. Folks, what you're about to see is going to be disgusting. This thing is full of oil. It's not coming off. I believe it was in there that good. Why? It ain't moving. She's stuck on there. Get this bottom half up. Ugh. We'll be draining the oil. Ugh. Here we go. Look at all that. Now it's going in mixing with everything. Oh boy. Well, good thing is oil floats on water, so should not mix too much with the coolant. It's definitely going to be antifreeze with the oil though at this point. That's a coolant line that goes over there. I'll take that off later. I'm going to have to clean up all this galley. Here's my new part. It's all metal. Nicer construction. There we go. Get that out of the way. Now I can pop her off. There you go. We can throw that in the trash. Now, I'm just going to kind of wipe up around here. Wipe up down here. So I don't have too much coolant flowing on the hose. Cruds he's got in the intake. No burn off though. Normally I would wet back this It doesn't, I mean, it's bad, but it's livable. I'm just going to push most of this aside and see where we end up with here. Oh, she's... I guess maybe... Yeah, I'm going to soak this up with the wetback. Well, again, so I'm going to turn my wetback here. And I'm going to start sucking some of this oil out as best as I can. Alright, so I vacuumed it out as best as I can. Of course, I ain't going to get it perfect because my vacuum sucks, quite literally. So now I'm going to attempt to put this new part on. Stick her in, and I'm going to start with that hose that was giving me issues before. I'm going to stick her on there. Try to record this as best as I can. I know it's not perfect. Okay, I'm going to stick that hose onto the right there and put her in. She's stuck in nice. Got my pliers. Not too worried about the oil and water on there. It's obviously been there for a while, and a lot of it will end up burning off. I'll put my bottom sensor on. That's on. Put my top sensor on. Here we go. line them up with the holes, and I'll line it up with the holes down there. Sure they're on right. There, just like that. Otherwise, we'll be doing this again. We don't want to do that. Now, do we? Go back over my drill here. Start tightening them down. Woo! It's pretty good to me. All right. Now that's back on. We'll take that off later. Check that out. I guess at this point, I can let this go down. Take that off. We'll drop her down in there. Line that up there. I'm going to put that back on. Okay, I think I'm going to start bolting her down. And of course, let's try that again. Start there. On the back one. Of course, not on. Of course, it's not on. So, try that again. All right. Now I want to go over here. Well, sometimes you got to start them by hand. I'm going to start all of these by hand. Why not? Okay, back to this one. I'll go over here. And I'll go up here. here. I'm going in an alternating pattern. I should have started the other way, but as long as spreading out the load. Alright, that kind of looks hunky-dory. I guess at this point I probably should plug these babies back in, these coil packs, or I'm going to have a bad day. Okay. Sure nothing's in the way. Alright, we got some screws that need to go in these rails. Okay. It's looking good. Alright, I think at this time I'll put down my manifold. And get it centered on there. That's the tricky part. Line up these brackets. And I think it's going to take, might wind up in this back bracket. Yep, I'm off. So down. I think, yeah, maybe that water's jamming it up. Something's getting caught. Not going on how I want it to. There we go. I think that might do it. And it did. All the holes are covered. Yeah, I just had to get into the back. Actually, the back bracket there was kind of throwing me off. So, thing seems to line up. I'm going to start everything seems lined up. I'm going to start clamping her down. I'm going to go there. Go somewhere in the middle here. I'm probably going to go back over these once over. That back one, the side one. Do the hidden one. Do that one. Again, they don't have to be super tight. Just snug. You know, you don't want to be breaking this. Okay. Oh, I got that done. Probably gonna connect this horrible piece of equipment back up. Stupid design. Again, I don't have all the fasteners that used to come on this, so it kind of makes it a little easier just to click and go. Personal preference though. These wires. Here's a click, you're good. Alright. This is good. Good. Yeah. At this point, I think we have a nearly complete running car, less 2 quarts of oil, 3 quarts of oil. I bet you it came with a new filter too. I'll check that out very shortly. So, oh yeah, can't forget these 10 millimeters. Put them back on there. Ain't going nowhere. Alright, might as well hook up my battery terminals back up on this shaboozy. Good old Rusty. Give it a little tighter groove. Doesn't have to be tight. Now we're going to go bring out Sparky. My favorite friend here that was freaking me out earlier. I don't know why, but I am petrified of this thing. Alright. Load her up, that nut. And sparking like mad. I haven't seen one sparkle like that before. I mean, I have, but I guess, I don't know. At this point, I want to start her up. Alright, I want to check inside my filter here. 24. I think the stock one is 24 too, so. I said I'll be doing an oil change, basically. And what do we got inside? Apparently they grease it up. Very nice. And we do have an oil filter. Alright, stuck on, ready to go. So, I just need to drain the oil. I'll get to that. Tighten her up. What's nice is it's got a metal housing. Okay, so next day I got some more oil to change this, and I'm going to dump this and get rid of all the stuff that's in here. I'm sure it's going to be contaminated with antifreeze, and I'll dump this real quick. Well, surprisingly, there wasn't that much antifreeze coming out of there. Just not much seeped through the passages. You can tell the leakage all down through here. Like I was saying, it leaks through the side of the motor when that thing goes. All this is soaked. Needs a good bath and a car wash. I think now I'm going to put that back on there.
There's a winch, Daddy.
Alright, keep it up there, honey.
Yeah, there's a winch. You need it. Need that winch. Need that. Okay. Mommy, it's this kind. No, see outside.
Alright, I'm going to give it 5 quarts of 520 synthetic. Okay, I'm going to top up my antifreeze. I'm going to top up my antifreeze. Let's start this car. Start it, look for leaks, let it burp the system out a little bit. Come in here, we'll check engine light. Probably won't be on. Again, all the smoke from the carburetor cleaner that I sprayed into the cylinders to clean it out a little bit. It should clear out very shortly. Okay, no check engine light, went off, reset itself, and I won't be able to tell honestly if it's leaking until a couple weeks from now, so it's not gushing out. I can check the dipstick level later, see how low it goes, and I'll do that. I'll keep an eye on that for the next week. To the point, this is how you fix it. And I'm just going to let this run off for about 10-20 minutes. Let that thermostat open over there so it can cycle right through. Anyway, this is how you do the oil cooler filter housing assembly on the Dodge 3.6 pinstar. Catch you later in the next video. Please like, share, subscribe if this helped you out.